Hey all, Sumba here. I'm going to carry on with my streaming of my Dominions 5 single player game using the Warhammer mod and playing as the Greenskin, specifically the Bone Nose tribes, the kind of southern Savage Orc and Forest Goblin Greenskins. So let's crack on. I'll start off, I think, by talking about some changes that I've made. I got a bit of balance feedback and was kind of looking at how things were going in this game. And decided to make some changes. So the important ones are that the Forest Goblin Great Shaman has gone up in gold cost. He used to be 175 gold, he's now 190. His paths, he has lost his 10% random. I've got rid of the 10% random on the Forest Goblin Great Shaman, on the Goblin Great Shaman, and on the Night Goblin Great Shaman, which is in the Black Crag Nation, the other Greenskins nation. Basically, I don't particularly like 10% randoms, and they make things a bit kind of. You can just have weirdly different paths by just having the extra random. So I prefer the predictability of not having that, so I removed it, and it made them slightly weaker by doing that. I've also made the Forest Goblin Great Shaman into a capital only mage, so he now comes from the FG of Gork. So I was recruiting him in lots of other forts because he was obviously my best just build everywhere mage. That is no longer the case. I'll be doing Savage Orc Shamans, I think, a lot of the time, where I was previously doing these Great Shamans. But you can still get him in the capital. He's still 2 commander points to recruit. I made a few other changes to the greenskins, but that is the main thing. Oh, the other main one I want to talk about is the Orc Great Shaman. Had his paths changed quite significantly. So he was always 2 fire, 1 death, 2 nature, and then he had an earth. I think it was an Earth Death random and a Nature Fire random, so he would always be Nature 3 or Fire 3. Now those have been consolidated into a single 100% random, so he is definitely weaker. He has 1 path less overall, and he is not guaranteed to be a Nature 3 or a Fire 3, which makes him significantly weaker. Yeah, there's no upsides to that. I'm just making him weaker. Basically, the Great Shaman, it seemed to me, for his gold cost was a bit too good. So now he is less good. Um, yeah, he's still worth recruiting to get to Nature 3 or Fire 3 particularly. If you want Fire 3, you give him because with Bone Nose he is competing with the Savage or Great Shaman, which is more expensive, but you're guaranteed Nature 3. But it's more difficult to get Fire 3. You can get it, but it's much more difficult. You could also get Air 3 with this guy, but you can also get Water 2. You can also get Earth 2. So various different things. You have less Earth access than the other nation, but yeah, that should make the nations a little bit closer in terms of how strong they are. I'm getting a warning that my stream has a low bit rate. That's not great. I'm not sure why that is. If anyone joins and is watching and it's kind of lagging and being bad, let me know, and I'll see if I can do something about that. So where we'd left off, we had been fighting back and forth with the Gartha, but had a quite good turn against them. Vampiria are continuing to take stuff off us, but they're not taking things at an incredibly fast rate. But we definitely need to do something about them. And there they are with their Von Kosten Vampire flying over the army camp. So we definitely need to do something about them, but we do have our forces in place to do something about them. So let's crack on with giving our orders for this turn. And I think this stream is probably going to be a bit shorter than my others, a bit short of 1 hour. But we will see how we go. So I hope I don't get into war with Tianchi. Maybe I should start off by sorting out my recruitment first, because I will have been recruiting forest goblins and things. So up here, I really want Ratsplaster to build me a temple, but he's not going to. He's not available to. So we're going to stick to recruiting the bosses here, I guess. So let's just get an Orc boss and a Savage Orc boss. And recruitment-wise, can't get Wild Boys. Did we have an event here that in Ind? Or did we just take an Ind? No, I'm just wondering why I don't have a temple yet. I thought I'd told them to build one, but I guess I didn't. Whoops. Oh, I had just recruited a load of Savage Orc Biggins and a Giant. That's what I'd done because I had loads of gold. Well, I don't have as much gold this turn, so I'll do something a bit differently, I think. Let's get some Boar Boys going. Let's get some cavalry. We've got a decent number of resources. We've got a lot more recruitment points and gold, so maybe we'll have some normal Boar Boys and then some Savage Orc Boar Boys. There we go. Seems an okay distribution. And we've got 2 bosses that we can send out. So this one, Grimgrod, I'm just going to have him lead some Savage Orcs. And yeah, just move into the front lines, I guess. I don't think we need any particular orders for them. He'll have the usual hold and attack. Maybe bring Ogla with you as a spare, that's fine. This is our army, which is doing lesser elementals and just has some troops. And it's got Divine Blessing, of course, because it's a supersized Savage Orc Great Shaman. Can we take out the Shard Guards, go on the offensive? I was feeling more confident when we were on the defensive, but I think what I will do is... Yeah, I'll move in because they're probably going to attack in this direction, and maybe we can catch them there, and these guys can move back. Yeah, I'll do that. Grot Slash is my stuff carrier. Tiefenka, you can also be a stuff carrier if we send you home. Boffa and Red Eye, 2 war bosses with a pretty decent army. Throw some province defense up. Did we burn down a temple anywhere? Was it Sefecte we burned down a temple? I feel like... I thought we did attack someone with the temple, but maybe not. I think that this force should probably go for their temple. I think that makes sense. We might run into a big army, but we're fairly strong. We've got a decent number of wild boys, not a huge number, but a decent number. We don't have the mage support, but I think that's fine. This was set up to take on cavalry, but it will work just fine against everything else too. Yeah, I think we'll keep it simple. We'll just go for the temple. This big force over here has got some mage support. And we get some extra archers. So this is our Flaming Arrows army. And we'll... Oh, no. We'll stack up these guys. So... More infantry. Ah, we're full up. Okay then. Well, the morale of these archers doesn't matter so much. So if I take them out and put more stuff in my infantry and more stuff in my hold and attack rear squad. And I think we'll have you on fire nuns to just fire at random things. And we should be getting our flaming arrows off from Gold Grabber. So we'll move in and hit this army and back it up with a gem carrier. And then this force in Onfolia. So we do want to hit at Agartha, but I'm not sure that this force is going to be able to do it on its own. We want to move in a bit closer, so we're just going to keep hitting them all around here and slowly move on Agartha, not try and rush it. I think we want to get these guys moving in on this fort, perhaps. What can you cast? Nature and air. Have you got anything, any good buffs you can throw out for us? You were doing false fetters, but that wasn't particularly great. Not really a lot to be done there, except for Gift of Flight. We could Gift of Flight some Warboys, that might be a good trick. If I give Grotgit a little squad of Warboys, we'll put him here. Put them on hold and sack rear. So, oh no, we need him up here to do blessings. Oh no. Your job is just to cast blessings. Yeah, I see the problem. Yeah, blessings and then nothing, that's fine. So what I'll do is just maybe leave a couple of guys on guard commander. couple of comments from the chat. Carlson says, Scout or lower commander packing gems around is a good idea. I feel like I should have figured that out a long time ago. May have seen it somewhere but forgot. I'm going to start doing that. It's really good if you have, particularly if it's a scout, anyone who's got stealthy, because, you know, if things go wrong, they can sneak away. You don't actually have to be in the battle, so you just sneak alongside the army. Yeah, don't pack too many things on them in case they get hit with a mind hunt or something, but I find that a very useful thing to send along refueling guys with lots of gems. And I don't have to think about it too much. I don't get too sweaty, as people say, over the micro of those kind of things. Yeah, I think this is our plan with these guys. Not feeling super confident, but I'm going to go and hit that fort. I should feel confident. I should be orky about it. I should just go whee and give him a clubbing. Bruh69 says, I may be in college, but I won't miss another Somber stream. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the streams, man. Don't worry about missing them. You can always go back and rewatch them because they stay up on YouTube. But I'm glad you're enjoying them. Our River Troll squad that I absolutely love them, and I will just pour my love out for them constantly. Can they go and take 80 Wolf Tribe Archers and Wolf Tribe Warriors? That is a pretty rough matchup for River Trolls because of their low prot. They're just going to get shot to pieces. But a lot of them will shoot at the crocodiles. So, you know, I've committed quite heavily to just YOLOing, and they've done really well and not taking many casualties. So I'm just going to try it. Why not? Why not? Is this a new fort? No, we've been doing things in there for a while. Very low on recruitment points. Let's stop doing chariots and back up our war boys with something else, something that is lower on recruitment points. So I'm saying that's low recruitment points and uses a decent amount of resources, and that is Orc boys basically. We'll just throw some of them in there. That's fine. So you can see here, this has been taken out, but they're still recruiting it, which is a no-no. We're getting rid of that. We don't want to cheat. So I think maybe just get some Orc Shaman in these forts. This one over here, we don't yet have... What am I going to lose to this army? What's going to happen with this? This is actually something I really need to deal with, this force. Over here, my plan was to split up these slower moving guys. So I'll just put them on Spiderfang. And then Snagler Grobspit was going to have his special lads and go and do some havoc with them because he can move quite far now. So Spiderfang's definitely just moving into that fort. Let's say move and patrol so we have a fight there if we need to. Snagler Grobspit, do I want to defend it? I think it actually, even though I've split them up so that he can move things further, I don't actually want to do that because I think they're just moving to the forts with a move patrol to defend it. So, yeah. Let's go in a line behind the province defense, hold attack. And we'll put them on hold and fire. And Snagler Grobspit on hold, well. No, actually. No, let's just have them on hold and then fire. So we'll just move patrol on that bad boy. What are we going to do about all of these? So this is mainly made up of Soulless and Graveguard, seemingly, and lots of Long Dead. So Banishment spam is very strong on this stack. We definitely want to get that going. We've got Wurzag here. Let's do a move patrol back to Jelenia Gora. We'll set Wurzag. We don't want him retreating anymore. We'll set him to cast spells as his default, and let's go with Divine Blessing in case my god's not there. He may be, but I don't know for sure that he will be. And then he's got so many options. Summon Earth Power so we can keep casting things. And then he is holy as hell. You know, he's a fanaticism guy. So we'll do fanaticism, and then we will do. Is it Ashes to Ashes, our anti-undead one, our banish? Yes, it's Ashes to Ashes. So we'll just do a couple of Ashes to Ashes and then leave him casting spells. And we'll put him just about here. And he'll be doing Mind Burns, which I think will take out, maybe go after the vampire, which would be good. So I hope they attack me here. If they attack me in Jelenia Goria or the Curtain Wall, I don't care. That is fine. Let's take the Tickler and move patrol him as well. And the Tickler can be casting Ashes to Ashes. And then spells. We'll leave Nosebiter behind. Brett69 says, I asked you a question in the last stream, but unfortunately it's near the end. Here's the question. If there's a Dominion 6 in development, what new or old features you wish the dev to add or improve? I think the most important thing for me, and it's probably quite different from what other people would want in Dominion 6, I kind of just want more of the same, but I really want them to take a step back and come back fresh to some of the UI and control elements of Dominions, and make it so that they're really focusing on giving players the power to do things and reduce the amount of micro, giving people the ability to save more scripts and things, to have kind of script banks that they can use more easily, to have, item menus they can organize the items more easily. The F1 menu in this game is okay, but there's no reason that this shouldn't be, filterable. It shouldn't have like advanced search stuff in it that you shouldn't be able to just click on things. I would like to see an in-game encyclopedia so people don't have to use the mod inspector. It's kind of things along those lines. So they're not like flashy and interesting stuff. It's more like oh yeah, Carlson says lots of rumors and comments, not anything inside them. There must be alpha beta in the works. Maybe. I'm in the beta group for Conquest of Elysium, and I think I'm still in the beta group. Maybe not for Dominions 5. I think I would hear if there were anything more concrete on Dominion 6, and I'm not under an NDA or anything, so I would say. But obviously they're considering, either they've done a bit of work on it or they're considering doing work on it, because they have talked about it a little bit recently, Christopher and Johan. But yeah, I just want kind of improvements to quality of life. I think that's the most important thing for me in Dominion 6. Some stuff on the map level would be nice as well. Some things like changing the map model a bit so it can have doodads and overlays, which what I mean by that is basically so that you can have like terraforming. So you can see that this province in the map generator has like put all these forests on there, has put all these trees in there to show that it's a forest province. I would like to have spells and unit abilities and things that can change a province into a forest, so that you have the trees just spring up on the actual map graphic, like as an overlay. Carlson says, I want bigger battle areas, modded firearms. Yeah, possibly. All good points from me. Yeah, thank you. Where did they talk about it? On Steam, somebody mentioned what they might like in Dominion 6, and Christopher was saying, oh, well, there would probably be changes to the UI. I think that's one of the things they actually did mention. And then people have kind of been talking a bit about it, because it's the first time, I think, in public, Christopher has said, if there were a Dominion 6, the following thing might be true. Yeah. So I'm going to assume that they hit this province. They probably won't, but if they do, I want to be there and give them a slap. So we've got Slash Gun patrolling, and we're going to go with Ashes to Ashes spam, and we're going to go with Ashes to Ashes spam here as well. And then I think I'll leave Bone Splitter doing research. Oh, we have a lot more people that can come out and play here. If Godzilla is here, which I think I may as well just leave him sat on this, and we'll kind of see. So if I leave him sitting here, then he can lead these units. Oh, he starts giving them minus morale at that point. Oh, that's fine. And he can cast for us Skeleton Body, Fire Shield. No. Let us cast Flaming Arrows. I'm going to put the gems in him in a moment. Strength of Giants, because he's fighting with an army. He doesn't want his doing stuff in his own script. Summon Earth Power. skeletal body. Fire shield. And then just attack. Kind of an inefficient script, but that's what I'm going with. Give him a couple of gems. Hell, I'll give him an earth gem too, since he's god. So he's patrolling. Yep, and bow splitter, he can just do some research or something. Cool, so if they do attack there, they will get an absolute ass whooping. Big stack over here. Dust to dust and things, in case we run into any... Oh, we were trying to kill their vampire, weren't we? They've got a nasty vampire moving around. I think that they are likely to attack us in this province. So what I'm going to do... I don't want to spend too much on province defense, because they're just cruddy goblins, but I'll get enough to kind of hold them up. And we will let them come to us and get shot up. So we extremely want blessings to go off here. Yeah, that seems okay. We'll just let them do whatever spells they want. That's fine. So we're just going to sit still and patrol, and then we may as well hit a site search there as well. Or possibly a preach. Let's do a preach. We can maybe get positive dominion. It is possible. Git, you're doing research. Okay, that was a lot of kind of bits and pieces. Let's make sure that we're recruiting people everywhere in a sensible fashion, and that we're not cheating and recruiting any great shamans that have been left in the queue. Is there one over here? No, good. Yeah, we're looking good. And then what can we get from this fort? So let's get another boss. We just want to have tons of these bosses running around. And then we've got kind of an even mix of everything, which to me suggests maybe get some big uns and some savage or big uns. Oh, we've run out of recruitment points. Okay, well, it's going to be orcs. There we go. Just some lads. All right, let's get on with it. Carson asks, how long after a public beta is released does the full release or game come out? Using the past as a reference. Last question about it, don't want to slow down the stream. After a public beta, so there's a private beta. There's very rarely a public beta for Illwinter games. There's a private beta for the beta group, which is, about like 20 people or so. And once the public beta group starts seeing it, it's generally not very long till it comes out. It's usually like 3 months, 4 months, something like that. And I would tell you if I was in that, I haven't seen anything of it, and I haven't heard anything official. I don't even know that they're working on Dominion 6. If we're thinking about the timeline of when Dominions games comes out, there's been gaps of it was like 6 years from Dominions 3 to Dominions 4, and there was like 4 years from Dominions 4 to Dominions 5, something like that. And Dominions 5 was 5 years ago, so we're around the right time for there to be another Dominions game. Okay, battle in Evergreen Forest. Well, we're looking good here. We've got a lot of wild boys. We've got a fair bit of defensive fire. Is this the one where we're getting our flaming arrows off? Not so far, no. Oh, Strength of Giants cast by Boulder Strength. There go the Goblin Wolf Chariots. There's not very many of them. They'd do a lot better if there were more of them, but it's good to see them getting in there. We've got some Terracotta Soldiers. They can be quite irritating sometimes. We've gone around the flank with the Boar Boys. They'll make short work of these cluster of people here. So we're looking very good here. The only thing that's slightly worrying is it is quite hard to kill these. these statues that they have. But we are quite hard hitting, and we've got our orc boss there who can hit. You know, these are decent hits, so we should be able to chop through that fairly straightforwardly. Yeah, this is looking good. Not very many casualties. Unfortunately, our boar boys went after some other people and didn't go and get this Oracle of the Ancients, so I don't think I'm. Yeah, I'm not going to get him. He's going to escape. We can get this guy. He's a single shard guard. It's always good to kill some of them off. Yeah, so they attacked us. They lost a sentinel, a shard guard. The other stuff doesn't really matter. We lost basically nothing. So that's fine. This is a big mass of wild boys and a flank attack from some spider riders against. Oh, pretty nasty. I think we're going to lose this. It depends how well the wild boys do. Maybe they can cause a side route, but these are some tough and slow to kill things. The Agarthan infantry, the pale one soldiers. You know, this is decent protection and hit points, and then these guys are very unpleasant. The attentive statues. It's possible we snipe the commander with our rear attack, but I doubt it. We'll see. We'll see how our main force does here. Okay, we've got a flank attack. No! Oh, I think I didn't mention since the last time I got some feedback about the Spider Riders. People were saying they seemed a bit weak, and I kind of agreed, so I gave them this web attack that sometimes goes off. It can be negated by magic resistance or by being big or strong, so it doesn't go off all the time, but sometimes you get it. Failed on the flank attack. Wild Boys are doing a great against the humans, less good against the Agarthans, and the statues are going to be a bit of a problem for them as well. Although the Wild Boys hit hard, and they've also got some... you know, this is the big chopper mixed in from this Orc Big and is going to be good at killing some statues. They've just got so much protection, they're hard to get through. The Berserk helps, though, it really does. If we look at a Wild Boy who's gone Berserk, you can see that the damage output is very high. Yeah, so we're looking good. I overestimated the ability they have infantry to cause us trouble, and we've got a chance to kill a bunch of attentive statues, which I very much appreciate. Because you can see how tough they are to kill. Unpleasant things. Bro69 asks, I've been wondering, what other criteria do you need to add a new Warhammer nation to Dominions? Because Cathay lore has been expanded in Total Warhammer 3. It has. I don't pay a huge amount of attention to the Total Warhammer games. I play them a little bit. I haven't played Total Warhammer 3, but I have played 2 quite a bit. If I were going to do Cathay, it's not very high on my priority list. Nurgle, Tzeentch are obviously high priority because people expect them to be in there and they're not at the moment. I would really like to do Norska, not the same Norska that's in the Warhammer Total War exactly, but as a kind of Norska / Chaos Undivided Northman kind of faction. If I were going to do Cathay, it would be a bit different. I think it would be more based on the older lore, the Warhammer Fantasy role-playing game lore and stuff for Cathay, rather than the stuff they came up with for Warhammer Total War 3. But I would look at the stuff from Warhammer Total War 3 to see if there's anything cool I could put in. And it would also be influenced somewhat by the fact that TNG is already in Dominions and has various cool sprites, and I would kind of borrow some of that stuff, I think. So I hope that kind of answers the question. Dragon Ridge. It's the Mace Men. The vampires continue their extremely low commitment attack with their mercenaries. They did this last turn. Can our goblins defeat them this time, though? It's looking good. Yes. Get lost, vampires. Is that the only place we fight them? Yes, they didn't do that big attack that I wanted them to do. Did we watch that one, Tyrandir? No, I don't think we did yet. Oh, I've looked at things out of order, haven't I? So that was Dragon Ridge. There is another battle, the Curtain Wall. That's our Palisade, I think. Here's some more Agarthans. We've got another Oracle. Doing Strength of Giants. That's actually good work by the AI there to do that. And they've got some attentive statues, and they've got some sentinels, which are annoying. But we have a fairly diverse and strong force here. This is where our profit is, yes. There goes our war boss. Look, red ones do go faster. So our main force has got a bit bogged down, but we do have this excellent flank attack here that's going to go after this Oracle, and it's led by my war boss, which makes it a lot more dangerous. Bosh! One of them down, two of them down. That's a lovely flank attack, that. Can we get the rest of the leadership? Having a trampler attacking rear is really good. I mean, he's doing great, isn't he, Red Eye? And because we've killed their magic leadership, all the statues are just dissolving. So that actually turned out to be pivotal and saved a lot of casualties. Very nice. So that was Tiradir. Losses mostly goblins. We did lose 7 Warboys, that was probably to the Sentinels. The Curtain Wall, this is the vampires just... So I want to look at their army, obviously. So we've got a big army of a mix of Long Dead, there's some Sylvanian Levy troops, there's some Soulless and Mermen, just kind of big army of just stuff, but big, a lot of it. There's some Graveguard, who are a lot more frightening than the other things. And then we've got some Mortal Heavy Cavalry, the Knights of the Rose, who are unblessed, which is weird. And we've got Black Knights, so top and bottom, very nasty heavy cavalry moving in. So they're going to take this fort no problem. Oh well. Sophectae, Agartha attacks us. We have very little there. So you have to assume they just roll through this. I'm just going to skip that actually. Yeah, so no problem for them to take that. God's Tomb Mountains. This one's a bit tougher. That province defense looks like it's a fort, so I guess they're attacking a fort here. They'll be able to siege it very fast with these guys because they got super high siege bonus. So we'll have to go and rescue this fort. Let's kill some trogs. Kill some other things. Okay, Ultima Delca. This is the big force that has this awful little vampire that I'd really like to get rid of. Now we do have casters capable of... Yes, we do. We might have a chance here to kill this vampire. I think I'm a bit worried that I didn't put bodyguards on those guys, so let's just unpause and see what happens. So we've got Phoenix Power. We should have flaming arrows in this battle. Let's zoom out a bit. So the vampire jumps in here. Flaming arrows has gone off. So we should now see these arrows doing some decent damage. The vampire over there is being annoying, but hopefully he's getting shot up with flaming arrows. Which is nice, that because they're magic attacks, that gets past his invulnerability a bit. But it's a bit of a shame that they're shooting so much at him. Well, he is dead, so that was good. So flaming arrows is doing well here. The rest of my troops are not doing so well. We've got a little bit of undead spam that we're doing to hold the enemy up. Most of our front line has died, but we've still got our big core of flaming arrows. And we are absolutely pelting them. And the closer they get, the more accurate we'll be. Hey, kitten. Ooh, this could be close. A lot of them are on fire and dying. Nah, they're routing. We're fine. We're fine. The enemy's routing. Oh, ran out of arrows. Well, we can chop up these presumably quite fatigued shard or quite injured shard guard. Lucky I've got some Savage Orc archers in there because they're a lot better in close combat than the goblins are. But yeah, ran out of arrows. How many do we get on as they're fleeing? A few more die as they flee. Okay, and we'll catch up to these guys and kill a bunch of them, I imagine. Let's have a look at the Butcher's Ledger. So that was Ultima Delca. pretty bad losses. They lost their vampire, which is good, although he is immortal, little sod. We did manage to kill a bunch of relatively good stuff that they had. Our losses, none of this stuff particularly mattered. The Goblin Wolf Riders I don't like losing that much, and it wasn't too bad. This was fine. So that Flaming Arrows trap kind of worked out well. Squad of Wild Boys. Where is this? Excuse me. Oh, Banded Hills. We were just quickly attacking them. Okay, that's fine. And then a battle in Winner. So this is our River Trolls, who I love with all my heart, but I don't know how well they're going to do against Wolf Tribe, who are like engineered in a lab specifically to kill River Trolls. Okay, break those melee ones. This is the important one. You have to route them quickly. Ooh. Another change I made recently is previously trolls could troll vomit as much as they wanted, but now they can only do it twice per battle. But they did okay. They killed them, and now they've got a chance to regenerate as they get shot up. But that damage will just melt away as they regenerate. And we should be able to smash these guys up in melee pretty quickly, although we've run out of vomit now. They've got to go and reload their vomit. Yeah, they're doing great. The power of trolls. I think we're going to lose one or two more just to this arrow fire, but... Okay. We lost one river troll. They killed 60 things. That's so cool. And we lost the crocodiles and the rest ran away. If you get some buffs on river trolls, they could be amazingly good. I really think so. You just need to be careful with them. Okay, this is a bug that I've got Snagler Grubspit twice. That's because I've been messing with events and I accidentally changed their ID numbers. So what I'm going to do, because that's just a bug, is I'm going to take that Snagler Grubspit and just put him somewhere out of the way and not use him, because I'm not supposed to have Snagler twice. Lair of a Hideous Troll, don't you be mean about my trolls. We found some stuff. The troll escaped. Okay, that's alright then. Worldwide event, Throne of Beasts, Wild Souls, The Walk on Norfolk. That's weird. So, we've got a new Palisades. The curtain wall has been breached. That's the undead they're going to take that, no problem. God's Tomb Mountains, we've breached. Oh no, they've breached. That's the cave grubs have just burrowed through the walls there. We have not yet broken into Utenshire. And a bunch of things were promoted in Evergreen Forest, which is lots of these guys are now promoted, presumably. Oh, that's odd. There's a Forest Goblin boss right. So what else has been promoted? I'm not sure why it's saying 5 units have been promoted, because that does not appear to be true unless a bug has happened. Hold on. What do you mean 5 units have been promoted? I see 1 unit that's been promoted. So if it were Grishnik and 1, 2, 3 orcs, that would still only be 4. And they haven't been promoted. These guys can't be promoted. I don't know what that's talking about. That may be a bug. I'll have to investigate, I guess. Andor says, Hi Somber. I recalled what bugged me about the Journeyman Runesmiths. Given their flavor text, it felt like they should interact with the Dwarven found site mechanics, but they don't, as far as I know. No, they don't. And I could put an interaction in there where they can help with that, but it might be a bit complicated. The Journeyman Runesmiths were created a long time before those mechanics were added, and that's why they don't interact. But I can have a look at that and see if there's something I can do. I've been spending quite a lot of time on just that one turn. Sorry about that, but things were getting a bit... there were some big battles and things happening. So we shall see how that is going. What actually happened in Dragon Ridge? What was that? Oh, that was them failing to expand. But they have backed this up with some big old armies coming my way. And Agartha is kind of blocking me up here, so... I know for a fact I need to deal with that. So I'm going to take my army from Evergreen, my entire army, and I'm going to go and liberate. this place, and I will come and meet them out there, I think. Grotgit. Aspos is fine, I think. He's not got... Oh, maybe I do want to... I'm going to give him Summon Air Elemental a couple of times. And then just cast spells. Couple of tiddlers. So you are Breaking Siege. So what are we going to have? What's our formation? No more holding. Let's just go and get them. Let's go and get them. So we definitely want these guys up front. Blessing away. Those are Breaking Siege. Fine, fine, fine. Attack rear. Yep. So that's that fort protected. Your job is to just go around and pick up some of these stragglers. Utenshire, we are sieging, but it's going to take a while. They're probably going to move on top of us there, I guess. Let's just have these guys guard commander. I don't really want to attack into that, so I think that's fine. We'll just stay there for now. Throw some money down on these ones. So, this force has been wildly successful. Maybe we should consolidate on Haunted Woods and try and knock it out. Anything that we take around Agartha could be quite useful for us as well. Over here we can trap and destroy this force. I don't really see that they've got anywhere to go, and yeah, it's Flaming Arrows time. He has got... Oh, he hasn't got a refill guy with him. Okay, that's fine. He's got enough to... He's got enough to cast. Spike Nose has picked up this cool helmet. Oh, our boss died, who was leading all these troops. Oof. Oof. That's not ideal, is it? Well, they can still lead them all. They're just not quite so confident. Yeah, this is not really a... This is not really an offensive army. They don't have any melee troops at all. I feel like they can still win just by, flaming arrows, but maybe want to be a bit careful about it. Let's put these guys back. Okay, let's go for it. It's fine. They'll have backup from one of these armies that I'll send. Can you reach? Nope. So you can probably just go up there and fight that. Yeah, there's no one who needs blessing in this army. This is a straightforward go and hit them in the head with a club army, so we'll go and do that. This army, so you want to join up them. Are you diseased? Is that what's happened to you? No, you're just very weakened. So don't get into battles as much because you're falling apart. You're falling apart, man. We took a lot of casualties there, didn't we? This force is looking pretty small. But you should go and help. You've got a job to do. Go and help. Big force of cavalry. Split them into two groups. Attack rear and attack straight down the middle. You do your thing. Oh, they're different speeds. Oh, I see why. Yes, okay. That's fine. Just send them out. Rat splatter, site search. Oh no, it's a capital. I don't need to site search. Fine. In fact, your job should be to construct a temple. That's what we need. That is what we need. Kidzin asks, Queens, Queens, and then Machaca Pygmies. I mean, Goblin Archer Barrage. Oh, I say, not really a question, more of an observation. Yes, goblins can be very good with flaming arrows, and flaming arrows is available to both greenskin nations. They're both very good at casting it. Waterboy continues his awesome rampage, getting us tons and tons of territory and income. Yeah, we are pretty rich. This is the Snagler Grobspit that I said I wouldn't use because he is a bug that I've ended up with him. He is a bug. He is an insect. No, it's a bug that I've got Snagler Grobspit, so I'm just going to move him out of the way and ignore him. I'm going to play fair. Grotdick, your job is to ferry troops, I believe. And Grabtooth, your job is to ferry... Now hold up. These guys can go underwater, can't they? How good are gelatinous cubes if you just send them underwater and chuck a couple buffs on them? And what buffs could we cast on them? Inquiring minds desire to know. What if Grubtooth next turn goes underwater? What if we forge him something so he can go underwater? Ring of Water Breathing, keep it simple. The classics, play the hits. So we failed miserably to get the enemy into a trap here with us. Instead, I think we should go and take our stuff back. I don't see why I should have to put up with losing stuff to filthy undead. Let us Snagler Grobspit, big old army of all kinds of stuff. Wurzag's here as well. Lovely. Alright, here's how it works. I don't think a giant army is going to come into this, and I'm going to therefore risk Gorkzilla. What Gorkzilla's going to do, he's not going to do his Flaming Arrows business. Oh, wait, do we have someone else to do Flaming Arrows here? Yes, we do. Scumzog can do Flaming Arrows absolutely fine. In fact, we will set him up to do that right now. Let's give him the gems. So Gorkzilla is going to go and hit this province. And instead of doing Flaming Arrows script, let's save that script in case we want to use it later. And instead of doing that, he's going to summon Earth Power, Skittle Body, Fire Shield, attack. And he's going to put himself out front. Like so. And yeah, we will just go and take that one off them. Snagler Grobspit, we can't get to this fort, but we could trap them. If we have our forces in these two provinces, we can trap them there and destroy that army, which is what I want to do. So, let's do that. Snagler Grobspit is going to lead the big army. We definitely want to have Wurzag with him. So Wurzag and Grobspit and Scumzog, so that he can do Flaming Arrows. And then I also want to have a bunch of banishment spam, so I'm going to send Hookfang and Slashgrub with him as well. And we'll have Spiderfang as our gem carrier. Let's just give him a bit of various types of gems so we can cast various things. How's that looking? It's looking like my Yetis are going to freeze everyone with their chill auras. That's cool. We just need Scumzog to cast Phoenix Power and then Flaming Arrows. Where is Flaming Arrows? There is. And then spells. And we need Wurzag to cast Divine Blessing, Summon Earth Bash. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Bruce69 says, looks like my lecturer won't come. More time to watch your stream, I guess. Yes, although I'm not going to be carrying on for particularly long because I don't want to go to bed too late. I'm only going to maybe just see the results from this turn, possibly. Andor says, I've got a map I want to make based on an old board game, but there is an event in the game I want to replicate. Do you know how to create a route between two specific provinces after the game starts? You can't change the connections between provinces with events. you would have to put that into the map. I guess there are some things you can do with events. It's probably a bunch of stuff that I could talk about this, but maybe it's not the best thing to put in the stream. If you go to Discord, you can ask me about this, and maybe we can come up with something, a good way of doing that with the map. But basically, you can't make connections between provinces once the game has started. It just doesn't work that way. You can upgrade this to a fortress. Let's send someone to build a... Oh, no, I've already got a temple there. What? What am I doing? And here we're going to start just research mage recruitment. And cranking out them wild boys. You're site searching? You're standing... Oh, I thought I was going to be moving in there, but I didn't. That's why. Okay, now I understand. Grotslash, therefore, should be going somewhere different. He can go there, that's fine. Snickstab can go somewhere else. I'm a bit confused. Go down there, I guess. No, let's just get them in one place. I am going to end up there, so we'll just hide there. It's fine. Red Eye and Boffer, my two war bosses. They did great. Their army's not that beaten up. Yeah, it's all good. Let's go and take something. So I want to keep kicking Agartha out of all of these places and just pushing them back. We can see that my Empire is doing absolutely fine. And I think we have started to, yeah, we've arrested this massive increase from Agartha, but the Vampiria are going to be a problem. They're coming up to catch me. And of course taking stuff from me, which I don't like. Toothyanker, I'll leave for now. Get Grub fine. Leg Chopper, oh, these names. So you're going to get stormed, I guess? I'll tell you what then. Go and fight. There we go. Yeah, just wait in there. Okay, it's just the bits and pieces left. Let's make sure our recruitment's all going. I think we've got it all on repeat, so it should all be fine. Oh, except for this one because we haven't yet got a temple there. Okay, so Forest Goblin boss and Savdrop boss and just more troops. More troops. I think I would like, because we've got tons of recruitment points, I think I would like to get a big army of Goblin Wolf Chariots. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Let's just put that on repeat since... Oh, we are building a temple, but we'll just put that on repeat for now. Okay. Is it the next turn? Very quick check to see if we can put any province defense up to be helpful. Just going to throw some into that one. Throw some into that one, and then that's the turn. Breast69 asks, before you finish your stream, I have another question to ask. What vanilla nation do you like to play in Dominions 5? So because I spend a lot of my time modding, I basically end up playtesting my own nations and sometimes playing other people's mods more than I do vanilla nations. I do like a lot of vanilla nations. And my favourite, and it has been my favourite in various incarnations of Dominions, I would have to say I've got a soft spot for middle era TNG, which is kind of boring and weak in a lot of ways, but I really like them. I also really like middle era Atlantis and doing acid rain stuff with them and building silly thugs with them. So I really like middle era Atlantis. And I don't play early very much, but when I play early, I like Tien and Nog. I'm a big fan of them. And I like Helheim, to be honest. Helheim are just kind of silly and fun. But most nations in Dominions, most vanilla ones, I really like. It's only the ones that don't have very much content that I'm a bit less. I get kind of bored of them, and ones that where their strategy is basically always the same. I find Eriu a very boring nation. I'm not super fond of, although it's gotten a lot better over time. I'm not super fond of Man. You know, middle era Man. Late era Man is more interesting. Yeah. Let's have a quick look at the battles, and then I'm gonna call it a day for the stream. So Sefekti. This is looking very promising. Let's put it on fast. So this is kind of Warboys and Orcs being good in melee is going to win us this one fairly straightforwardly, I think. Oh, we've got our flank attack. So this is where our profit is. Oh, he's done well again. The Goblin War Boss. Just trampling fools. So this stack of troops has kind of run out a little bit. They're going to need to go home and reinforce, but they've done really well. Grainport. This is my god. Ooh. I wasn't expecting that. It's Vargeists. Nasty. Well, Fire Shield is going to be very important here for killing off these undead. We've got a Skeletal Body, we've got Summon Earth Power. It's a good start. Here come the Vargeists, and I've got Fire Shield. Okay, they're going for the Oni. Right, this is going to be kind of... Yeah, there's goes one Vargeist, so that's good to get one of them killed quickly. I'm a bit worried about hit point routes caused by the Koani dying, but they don't have very many hit points in total, so maybe not. Yeah, another Vargeist killed. And you will see the Long Dead are going to get pretty badly burned up by the Fire Shield on him. That's the plan, at least. The Ore does nothing. Oh, he's taken some hits. It's these Graveguard. I didn't realise there would be so... Yeah, there's so many Graveguard here. They're much nastier than the Long Dead. Taking some more hits. 74 hit points, though. And the Fire Shield is still roasting things. So we're relying on the Fire Shield a lot here. And we're relying on the Graveguard just not really hitting us hard enough. So I think we should be okay. Let's put it on fast. So watch how quickly the Fire Shield's just destroying them. Always a good demonstration of just how nasty like a Titan can be. Oh, took some hits there. So that was these crossbows. They've come into close range where they can be really nasty against our setup. And we have routed. Yeah, it was the hit point route. Oh well, we killed a bunch of their stuff. Oh, are we going to be in trouble here? No, we're just going to kill a bunch more stuff. And I don't think we're going to get an affliction or anything there, so that's fine. So that was Grainport. Did we retreat okay? Of course we did. And we killed a bunch of stuff. 12 Graveguard, they're like 20 gold each, I think. 3 Vargeists, they're pretty expensive, 40 gold each. So, oh, and a Black Knight, which is 50 gold. So pretty good, I would say. Edirol. Not Adderall, there's a shortage of Adderall right now. But Edirol. Is this a Flaming Arrows one? It's a Flaming Arrows one. So this is the Machaca Pygmy strategy, as Kidden called it. With some lesser air elementals in there as well. Is there not enough enemies to have him cast? I thought you were casting Flaming Arrows, my friend. What are you doing? No, he doesn't want to. Okay. He's decided not to. He doesn't really need to, so that's fine. Those air elementals are doing great, being really annoying. And then we go, wrecking everything. Cool. Didn't lose anything important. Omfolia, Agatha attacks me. What? Hold on. What are you doing, AI? Okay. Let's see if he can do it. This is the Mighty Thug. Animal Aura, Morale plus... I think they got the Throne of Beasts, that's why they've got Animal Aura. No, he didn't do very well there, did he? That little thug. Inuptia. This is our River Trolls. And their one pet crocodile. Who is probably crippled, I think. He's got a limp. Oh, poor boy. One of our Never Healing Wound and a limp on one of our River Trolls, but of course they do recuperate, so that's okay. This should be fairly straightforward. The heavy infantry might kill one of our trolls. Nope, they're getting slimed and chomped. The important thing with trolls is having a lot of them. If there were fewer of them, they definitely would just take casualties constantly. They're doing so well. They're doing so well. I'm very impressed. Dragon Ridge. Alright. Province Defense. We get to see a cool Von Carstein prophet here. Volric Von Carstein. This is a Von Carstein Vampire Lord. 3/3. And you get to see the Sylvanian Levy. These guys are cool, the Sylvanian Levy. Ooh, misclicked. I just can't seem to click on them. There we go. Sylvanian House Guard, things like that. When they die, they turn into a Soulless. So you get 2 lives out of them. You look like your attack sprite's not working, Necromancer Acolyte, because you just did a... I'm actually going to go and check that right now and see if I can fix this Necromancer Acolyte's attack sprite. Okay, I've put in a note for myself to fix that. I can't see exactly what's wrong with it. I think maybe I just copied the sprite or something. We're going to lose this battle, so I'm just going to watch him and make sure that he's... Am I correct that he's just never... Oh, come on. Alright, let me rewatch that. I just want to see if they're... See what's going on with this attack sprite. Yeah, he didn't move, right? I'm not imagining that. No. Okay, I need to go and fix that. Ironwood Forest. Oh, it's the blue horde. Blue, 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 and a big blue giant. Come on, giant, get in there. He's outrunning them. Hooray! Tiradir. Province we previously took back. We should be okay. The Trogs are actually quite good at trampling goblins, but I think they'll just get stabbed here. Oh, maybe not. Well, they've routed. Yeah, we're fine. Don't have the leadership for those. And God's Tomb Mountains, this is us liberating our fort that they had sieged. So I hope he does cast Flaming Arrows here. I'll be a bit irritated if this doesn't. This was a Flaming Arrows one, right? Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe I didn't have a Flaming Arrows caster here. No, I don't. I was just relying on Warboys being good at fighting and a flank attack. Basically, the thing here is the Warboys are just much better than their troops. So that whole middle is going to get crushed. And then we've got a few archers. Cave Grubs are actually quite annoying. They're really good at sieging. They're going to get destroyed here. Now they're routing, so they're just going to get completely wrecked. But they actually hit pretty nasty with that Corrosive Bite. They just have bad stats. And the Boar Boy's getting around the back to get some extra kills. Sweet. Fortress and Curtain Wall, this is just getting stormed, isn't it, by a horde. So what have we got? We've got some really nasty commanders. We've got a Necroarch Ancient, a Von Carstein Vampire, and a Master Necromancer. That's interesting that they've got a Necroarch Ancient and they've got a Von Carstein Vampire Lord. I think that's one of them was a multi-hero, so they've got one from being a multi-hero. They've got a big blob of stuff, and then they've got that really nasty heavy cavalry. I'm guessing we kill some stuff with our archers, but this is our defensive force. A Goblin boss, a Savage Orc boss, and their bodyguards. Let's see if they can kill a Black Knight. Oh, yes, one got killed. And then they get unceremoniously butchered. Oh well, so we killed a Black Knight. That's fine. Unexpected events. Wild beasts have grown in number. A pack Wolves have attacked. This is the throne of beasts doing stuff. Some peasants have joined the soldiers. Airborne the peasant. Okay. A goblin big boss has gained the title of war boss. Very nice. In Ediral, we have a new goblin war boss. Red Fang. I think we've got a Red Eye and a Red Fang. Is that right? Red Eye and Red Fang, two goblin war bosses. Suffecte. A Wah! Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We go. Goblin War Boss, through leading his boys into battle, has triggered a sweeping wave of enthusiasm and violence amongst the Greenskins. He is now a War Boss, leading his own war. The war has attracted throngs of Greenskins to your cause. And that's Red Eye. So, we get a ton of extra troops there. That's really good event for us, of course. He becomes sacred, which is nice. Yeah. Commander's been attacked by a rabid dog. Alright, we've got to watch this. Here's a lovely little wolf dog, Star Shadow. And he is attacking Ogla the Forest Goblin boss. This is a battle for the ages. Look at these little pint-sized terrors, and he's dead. Goodbye, bad dog. Fanglia, gems. Illidar, this is wolves. Loads of wolves attacking some peasants, and so the peasants are actually not very helpful there. But I guess they kill some of the wolves, and then they just immediately run away. You goons. Yeah, there we go. So we lose a province to that nonsense. 3 Orc boss were promoted in God's Tomb Mountains. Yeah, I don't know what that message before was. It looked like a bug. The 5 things were promoted. One looks like a bug. So this is what we're looking at as we are finishing the stream. We've got a lot of Agarthan territory where we're doing fine there. We kind of beat up their invading armies and took a bit off them. So you can see on the score graph that Agartha has gone down and we have gone up. We've got a problem here in the south. We'd lost 1 fort to the vampires, but at least we've kind of potentially going to have a nice fight with them, with our forces down there. We have liberated our fort down here and we can start moving on Agartha, but they do have a big army. So the real Agarthan army that is left is around Agartha. It's here. So, but we want to sweep everyone down, push in and try and take Agartha and finish that war, and then we'll fight the vampires down here. Other stuff that's been going on, our river trolls basically went over here with the help of the gods, did this stuff, and then they've just gone doo-doo-doo-doo-doo and taken all of these provinces. They've been absolutely amazing and easily paid for themselves many times over. And Flaming Arrows turned out to be quite good. So, yeah, pretty fun. I hope that TNT Chi don't decide to join in right now, and we'll put Province Defense up to try and discourage them. But that is for next time. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.